Welcome to The Explainer. Look, today we're diving into an awe-inspiring concept that is literally shifting everything we thought we knew about human health and performance. We're going to explore the fact that your body contains a hidden, highly responsible electrical grid, and more importantly, we're going to show you how you can actually optimize it. So, think about this for a second. Could your connective tissue actually be a biological battery? I know, it sounds a bit out there, right? It completely challenges the traditional way we understand our own bodies. We usually just picture our muscles and bones as this mechanical system of levers and pulleys, but modern biophysics is revealing that there is something far more dynamic and quite literally electrifying happening right beneath your skin.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1, the hidden electric web.
To figure out how to actually charge this biological battery, we first got to see what it looks like on a microscopic level. Take a look right here at this multi-layered structural matrix. That is your fascia. It's this incredible 3D web made mostly of collagen and elastin fibers, and it wraps around literally every muscle, bone, nerve, and organ in your body. It is completely continuous from head to toe, making up roughly 20% of your total body weight. It's for sure not just passive wrapping paper. It's a living structural matrix.
For the longest time, anatomists basically just ignored fascia. They treated it like, structural cling wrap. But modern biophysics shows us something entirely different. Fascia is actually a liquid crystalline matrix. It's a highly dynamic sensory organ packed with over 250 million nerve endings. It transmits information, it transmits force, and as we're about to see, it transmits electrical energy throughout your entire system.
All right, moving on to Section 2, piezoelectricity and energy storage.
So the crucial point is, how does this structural web actually manage all that energy? Well, it comes down to understanding a really cool phenomenon called piezoelectricity. Basically, this is the property of certain materials, like the collagen in your fascia, to generate small electrical charges whenever they're mechanically stretched, compressed, or deformed. This means that every single physical step you take, every time you stretch, every time you compress a muscle, you are literally generating a bioelectrical charge right there within your connective tissue.
And this brings scientists to this cutting-edge concept known as the fascial capacitor model. Think of it kind of like a multi-layer ceramic capacitor that you'd find in electronics. Inside your body, those dense sublayers of collagen, they act exactly like conductive electrodes, while a layer of hyaluronic acid sitting in between them acts as an insulator. So when you move, that mechanical loading generates an electrical charge that gets temporarily stored and then discharged. It creates this massive bioelectric communication network pulsing throughout your tissues.
I really want to pause on this quote from the research for a second. Your movement literally creates electricity within your connective tissue. Just think about that. You aren't just burning calories when you move, you are consciously generating an electrical charge, a charge that stimulates cellular repair, organizes tissue, and fuels your internal systems. You literally have the power to charge your own battery.
Which brings us to Section 3, hydration for optimal conductivity.
But look, just like any battery or electrical grid, the system needs the right conditions to actually work, and that key element is water. The extracellular matrix of healthy, functional fascia is made up of 70 to 80% water. That's a massive amount, which makes proper hydration absolutely non-negotiable if you want your body's electrical signaling to be anywhere near efficient. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the stark contrast between structured water and dehydration. See, inside healthy fascia, water molecules align in this beautiful crystalline lattice, behaving a lot like a semiconductor to facilitate really smooth bioelectric signaling. But when you're dehydrated, your fascia gets dense, it gets restricted. It literally impedes the flow of energy, acting like a clogged circuit, which causes stiffness, pain, and just a huge drop in your overall vitality. Your intracellular hydration is pretty much the ultimate dial for your internal energy flow. Okay. Section 4, exercises to charge fascia. Knowing that movement generates charge and hydration facilitates it, what specific movement interventions can we actually use to optimize this network? And this brilliantly illustrates exactly that. Check out how the traditional Chinese medicine energy meridians line up with our modern understanding of the integrated fascial system. It turns out those ancient pathways for qi or life energy align almost perfectly with what we now know are fascial lines and interstitial fluid superhighways. Simply put, moving energy is moving fascia. So what movements actually work best to charge up this battery? Well, practices like Qigong and Tai Chi are fantastic because they use slow, really mindful stretching to manipulate fascial tension and restore balance. Yoga is great because it restores the body's natural tensegrity.
Adding in tools like stretchies bands encourages these elastic, spiraling, whole-body diagonal movements, which, by the way, is exactly how fascia naturally prefers to move. And of course, manual therapies, like myofascial release or a good massage, physically break up tissue restrictions so you can get that vital piezoelectric glide back.
Let's wrap things up with Section 5, Diet and Daily Habits.
So we've covered movement and hydration, but let's bring this explainer home by looking at the nutritional building blocks you need to actually maintain this living matrix. To build and repair the collagen that makes up your electrical grid, your body absolutely requires specific micronutrients. Things like vitamin C, zinc, magnesium, copper, vitamin A, and manganese are essential. On the flip side, you've got modern stressors, stuff like artificial light at night, chronic stress, poor sleep, and just sitting around too much. And those things actively break down this delicate collagen network.
Another incredible habit to support this network is grounding. Research by biophysicist Dr. James Oshman highlights something super fascinating. Because fascia is a semiconductor, spending time barefoot on natural surfaces allows your body to conduct healing electrons directly from the earth. It's like plugging yourself in. This neutralizes free radicals and supports deep cellular repair right through that fascial superhighway.
Let's move to and see how this builds into a really actionable daily routine. It's actually super simple to maintain once you get the hang of it. First, hydrate internally. Experts actually recommend a mug of hot, clear water first thing in the morning to really improve that tissue fluidity. Second, move mindfully every single day, and make sure you incorporate deep breathing to keep the tissue elastic. And third, ground your body barefoot to balance out your electrical charge.
All of which leaves us with this final question. How will you charge your biological battery today? You now know that your body isn't just mechanical. It's a dynamic, electric, and hydrated network just waiting to be fully optimized. So I challenge you, step away from your screen right now. Go grab a glass of water, do a slow, mindful stretch, and literally feel that bioelectricity wake up. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.